So yesterday we had the start of week one, and I didn't plan on talking about anything with it. I didn't think it'd be that significant. I mean, we had two good games, but it turned out to be. So obviously the big one with Colorado, North Dakota State, it absolutely lived up to the hype. I didn't get to watch the first half. I was doing something in the first half, but my understanding is it kind of was going like any other Colorado game had went last year. Shador was amazing. Travis Hunter was amazing. Their defense sucked, and he was running for his life. That was the understanding I got, and something flipped in the second half, and it was not the Colorado of old. It was 6 points. You can see that there on the top of the box score. 6 points given up, one touchdown in the second half. They were getting to the passer more, and they just played much better on defense. What Colorado would we get the rest of the year? First half Colorado, that's a 4-win team, 3-win team. That's what some people, the haters, think. We'll say the haters think. Now the other side, just the second half, maybe they do string together a 7-win season, an 8-win season. I'm still on the fence. I really don't know which Colorado. You really don't know which Colorado. But I've been, thinking about it. I've been hearing more people talk about Colorado, and you look at it. And then last year they played how many ranked opponents? I think they played 6, and 5 of them were one-score games. That's pretty good. And you had the Stanford loss, that Washington State loss, which was bad. They weren't. I don't think they were as bad as the 4-8 showed, but and with the returning talent and the transfer talent they've gotten in, I think Colorado can make a bowl game. I don't know if I would predict it yet. I'd probably say 5-7 still, but I would not be surprised at this point if they win 7 games and make a bowl game. Win 6 games, make a bowl game. And also one thing is North Dakota State. It's nice to hear from North Dakota State again. They haven't won the FCS title in a few years, which for them is rare. And usually we're used to hearing their name versus FBS opponents. I think the last time they did was Arizona a few years ago. No, that was like 2 years ago. And I don't remember who won that game. I think Arizona did. So I feel like we haven't heard their name in a while. It was nice to see them play because it's always fun. But this game ended up being really fun. And I think it showed a lot about Colorado and the improvements they've made and just how good Shador Sanders is. What I saw is a top 10 pick. I was thinking I'm big on mocks. I would have had him as a top 10 pick. I really see him as a top 10 pick. And Travis Hunter, I was always on the side of I don't think he should play offense in the league. I think he should just stick to corner. Don't play both sides. It doesn't work out. But what did he have? 100-something yards and 3 touchdowns? Yeah, he can play both in the league. So how that plays out with his draft stock is going to be interesting too. And Heisman. I didn't even consider it, but if you had to pick if the season ended today, obviously fucking 10 teams have played, 10 FBS teams have played. So obviously you're not going to pick a Heisman, but Travis Hunter, may actually be in there in that race. But there is more to talk about than just Colorado. We had 2 pretty big games going into it that weren't just FCS blowouts or FBS over FCS blowouts, and that was Minnesota versus UNC. And now there's a fallout. I want to talk about the fallout for the ACC. Now, originally UNC was losing this game when I planned on talking about the fallout of the ACC, and then we'll talk about the other matchup that was pretty significant that happened. But UNC they got outplayed. They completely got outplayed this game. I don't care what the stats show. They got bailed out with a missed field goal by the 24-yard field goal. They got missed out by the second missed field goal at the end of the game. They also got bailed out by the fumble that happened right after the first missed field goal on the 25-yard line. And that was, ruled overturned because of a holding penalty that didn't matter. So UNC goes to a Big Ten team, and this week, huge for the ACC. They have a ton of teams playing other Power 5 SEC Big Ten teams, and throughout this entire non-conference schedules. And it's really going to show everything about the ACC. You had Florida State, your top dog, lose last week. Now You have UNC, who was probably projected 8th or ninth in this conference, so not like huge. Go in and they beat a Big Ten team. And Max Johnson, prior to Max Johnson, the whole it sucks. It really sucks. But now UNC is going to be probably running with a backup quarterback the rest of the season, which isn't great. So they did, but they did. They beat a Big Ten team, and it was one of the bigger tests for the ACC for like one of their mid conference teams to go to one of the Big Ten's mid conference teams, and they won. But I can't say the same for I guess they did win this game. Can't say the same for their in conference rival, NC State. This was Western Carolina was leading top 25 ranked NC State in the fourth quarter. That is a terrible look for the ACC, and I'm not just NC State, the ACC. Now, if NC State did what I think they did, and they looked ahead, they play Tennessee next week in Charlotte. They looked ahead, maybe, just maybe, NC State extra film, extra whatever on Tennessee, extra studying. Maybe they go and really compete against Tennessee, and we'll see. That will change every opinion I'm about to state here. But you have, I'll say, what was NC State ranked in terms of the AP poll? 5th in terms of ACC teams? Florida State, Clemson, Miami, Louisville. Louisville was ranked, I'm pretty sure, and then NC State. Or maybe not. I think Louisville was the top ranked out. I think they were the 26th team. So I think the 4th ranked team in terms of media. We'll just call it that. Whether you think that or not, whatever. I put them at 5th personally. That's one of your top teams. That's a team that you could possibly send to the playoffs as your ACC champions, and they got outplayed for 3+ quarters by a not good FCS tool, and they turned it up in the end. Good for them, but this is a really talented NC State team. Their offense is amazing. Grayson McCall, Casey Concepcion, Waters, a running back. A great offense. Their receiving core is great. That can't happen. It can't happen. It's such a bad look for the ACC. The ACC has played 3 games. Maybe some more have played today, or not today. Yesterday. I know TCU plays Stanford today. That's going to be a fun one. But the ACC have looked terrible so far, and it is just going to look more like Power 2 and whatever the hell you want to call the ACC in the Pac-12. It's not been a good start for the ACC. Pac-12, Utah blew the shit out of a Utah team. I don't know where it says in Utah. Obviously, that doesn't matter. So we haven't really seen the Big 12 play, and we'll see how they turn out. And we'll see the ACC the rest of this 3 weeks because it's going to be huge for them for any semblance of them having a great year conference-wise, and to look at the playoffs, and the same thing with the Big 12 too, because if they both look bad, then a lot of questions are going to come for this playoff format, and rightfully so. A lot more questions than there already are, but this is the biggest overreaction anybody can ever have to Thursday night, week 0 or week 1 games, but tomorrow all starts. It starts for real, full slate. I'll talk about the Saturday games on Sunday too. So thank y'all for watching. Discord coming Sunday. See y'all.